Hello guys, this is my day 40 of self-improvement. Uh, today, uh, today was my exam of business communication, and yesterday I was so busy that I was unable to make the video. So I am making now. Uh, business, Organizational behavior is uh, quite difficult for me because it's completely theoretical, and but the exam is fine, and I'm able to answer attempt of 40 marks out of 40. Now uh, tomorrow is my last exam and it is of economics, macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is also a difficult subject, and in fact I have not completed uh, the syllabus, so that's why I have completed only half, and half I have to complete today. So it is last year of my exam, and it is very it requires very hard work and dedication. Uh, what I say, uh, yesterday's my efficiency level is close 70 to 80% because I have done great in learnings, but I have broken some challenges which I have made, uh, which I have promised not to broke. But yesterday I broke some of them, so that's why my efficiency goes down up to 70%. But my learning efficiency is 80 to 85%. So overall, yesterday was good as per the view of learning, but bad as per the view of discipline because yesterday I am unable to go to the gym. Uh, that's a single day after 2 months that I have missed the gym, and today I am going to the gym uh, and uh, studying for economics. I have studied the second chapter of it, which is uh, ISLM curve. I am going to explain it. The most difficult part is IS and LM. IS and LM curve. IS curve is quite simple, but LM curve is difficult. What are the difficulties to first is, what is LM curve? The LM curve is liquidity market curve, and it liquidity market curve, and it represents the market asset equilibrium or money equilibrium. It can also called as equilibrium between the demand of money and demand and supply of money, and demand and supply of bond. What is so we know that equilibrium is reached when demand is equal to supply. That's why the equilibrium point is when money demand is equal to money supply, and uh, bond demand is equal to bond supply. Now there is another concept called that money market equilibrium leads to bond market equilibrium. That means that if money demand is equal to money supply, then bond demand is equal to bond supply. We move ahead and call that money demand is equals to money supply at equilibrium. When there is a disequilibrium in the money market, that is when there is a demand of money is greater than demand of supply, or demand of money is less than demand of supply, there is also disequilibrium in the bond market. Now consider the first situation when money demand is greater than money supply. That means there is a excess demand for money, and people want money for uh, purchase bond. Uh, People want money, and there are two types. Money can be hold in two types only, either money or bond. So when they demand more money, they want to sell bonds and hold money. So this is the way to sell the bonds and to have the money. So when people when demand of money increases, people want more money, they sell their bonds, and when they sell their bonds, the supply of bond increases. That means when demand of money is greater than demand of supply, that means bond supply increases. So we can conclude that when there is excess demand in money, then there is excess supply of bond. Now in reverse situation, I can say that when there is an excess supply of money, there is excess demand for bond. There is excess money. When there is excess supply of money, there is excess demand for bond. That means people want to buy more bonds. That's why they are selling the money to buy bonds. They are ready to give the money for bonds. So giving money is for supply of money, and supply of money increases. That means people are demanding bonds more. That's why demand for more bond is greater than demand for demand for bond is greater than the supply. When there is a supply for money, greater supply of money. So we can conclude that excess demand in money market leads to excess supply in bond market, and excess supply in money market leads to excess demand in bond market. Next is the first concept. The second, we move to ILM curve. LM curve. The LM curve is an equilibrium when money demand is equal to money supply and and bond demand equals to bond supply. So let us consider money demand and money supply. Money demand is depends upon two things. First is uh, demand for money for transaction or precautionary purpose, and demand for money for speculative purpose. That means people demand money for uh, either for day-to-day transaction and precautionary purpose like emergency purpose, and or for speculative purpose, that is to find, if they find better opportunity to invest, then they invest in that. So uh, these are the two things that two reasons for demand of money. The first one is noted by L1 and the second one is noted by L2. So we know that real GDP is equals to nominal GDP by GDP deflator. Here consider the GDP deflator at P, and then then the real demand of money is real demand for transaction purpose plus real demand for speculative purpose divisible by P. So we get real demand for L1, real demand for money for transaction purpose L1 plus real demand for money for speculative purpose as L2 divisible by P. So we get L1, L1 so we get L1 by P plus L2 by P. This is the demand for money. For supply of money, we know that it is exogenous, that is supply is decided by the government, central government or RBI. So we can't do anything with the supply. So there is the two things, demand for money and supply for money. Now we are going to make a diagrammatic derivation of LM curve. So we have to take two panels. In first panel, the horizontal axis we plot money demand and money supply. In first panel, in horizontal and vertical axis we plot income. So when the income increases, and we know that money supply is endogenous, so that one line which is parallel to horizontal axis, vertical axis is drawn at any point on horizontal axis, that will be parallel to y-axis, because and that depicts money supply, and we know that money supply is exogenous, so money supply does not change with the change in income or rate of interest. One more concept I have to explain, that in bond market there are two things, prices of bond and rate of interest. There is a simple concept that when the bond price increases, when the rate is low, that people expect that the rate will increase, and when the rate will increase, the price of bond will decreases. This is proven theory that when the rate increases, price of bond decreases. So when the rate increases, people expect that people when the rate increases, the bond price decreases. Then there is a capital loss. There is a capital loss because when the rate is when they purchase the bond, let's suppose at 10 rupees, and now the price is decreased to 8 rupees, so there is a capital loss of 2 rupees. So uh, uh, to make the to avoid the capital loss, they to avoid the capital loss they to avoid the capital loss, they started to selling their bonds, so that selling bond means supply of bond increases. Supply of bond increases means demand for money increases. That's why there is a relation between rate of interest and supply or demand of bond. We conclude that when the rate is low, that means the price of the rate is low, then the price will increase. Rate will increase, and when the rate will increase, prices of bond will grow, so that there is a chance of capital there is a chance for capital loss. And when there is a capital loss, and so people in order to protect themselves from capital loss started started selling their bonds. So the demand for bond decreases and supply increases. That's why supply of bond is more than supply demand for bond. So we concluded to that much only, and in next lecture I'll explain. In reverse also we can conclude that I can say that when the bond price is high, when the bond rate is high, the rate will decreases, the price will increase, and capital gains. So people want to buy bonds at high rate. That means there is excess demand for bond, which leads to excess demand in bond market. That means excess supply in money market. So this is for today. I'll explain further in the next video. Thank you.